Hello everyone, welcome to our webinar. I'm Leo from NovaStar. It's really my pleasure to give the training session today. I'm so glad that we can have the training session together. Actually, most audiences here are from South Asia area, like India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, or Bangladesh. We all know that all the people from these countries are suffering a very heavy pandemic situation. Even some big cities are under lockdown. Well, I hope that all the people from these countries will be strong and brave to face the challenge of Corona. I'm really grateful that you can join our webinar and we can learn together. Well, let's start today's topic: smart city and commercial display solutions. Well, how do we bring up topic? Of course, we will start from our mutual friends, the LD screen. Here's a question. Can anyone tell me what is behind the LD screen? What is the system structure behind the LD screen? Well, I think as an experienced engineer, you must know very well about the system structure, right? It's very easy. So in the traditional way, we'll need a PC and a SIM card for controlling the screen, right? We'll need a PC to control the device and provide the video source for the LD screen. And this is our sending card. And sometimes we'll use the media player instead of a PC to provide the video source. So sometimes we will use this kind of diagram to load our screen, right? Here's an LD screen in the shopping malls, which we can see everywhere, right? It is an advertising screen. Here's a question. What if I want to change the content on the LD screen? So you may tell me, I can drive my car to the location of the LD screen, or I will bring a USB pen drive to change the content or the video on the screen. It's not a big headache for me. I can handle it very easily, right? Yeah, you're right. But let us see this screen. Look at this screen. We can see this is a curbside screen, right? The position is very high. So what if you want to change the content on the screen? Will you climb to the LD screen and change the content by USB pen drive or your laptop? Of course not. It's very difficult, right? There are solutions. Of course we have. Okay, let's see the screen here. Well, we can see that this is the traditional way to connect to our screen, right? We need a laptop and we need a sending card to connect to the LD screen. So now you can use NovaStar Taurus Media Player. This is our Taurus player. You can use our Taurus player instead of PC plus sending card. Taurus Media Player, the new generation asynchronous card. Well, these models are the most popular models in the South Asia market. We can check the models here, which is our TB1, TB2, TB4, and the TB8. At this moment, maybe some guy is asking me, hey Leo, why these models are so popular in this market? Frankly, I can tell you that because the cost of the controller is very cheap. and it can fulfill the basic requirement of our client. That's why, certainly for some high-end project, we may use Yeah, okay, let's continue. Hello? Well, now let's see the comparison chart of our Taurus player. From the left side to the right side is our TV1 to TV8. We can find the common features and the different features from this chart, right? And normally we will divide the Taurus player into two types. The first type is the dual mode controller, like our TB2, TB4, TB6, or TB8. These are the dual mode media player, which can support HDMI inputs. Another type is the asynchronous controller, which is our TB1, T3, or TB3. So these controllers cannot support HDMI input. So this is the main difference. Of course, they have so many common features. All the Taurus cards can support 4G, cloud service, and smartphone control. At this moment, maybe some engineer is asking me, hey, Leo, what is the limitation of width or height for a Taurus player? Now I can tell you. Let's see the parameters here. Apart from the TB1 or TB2, the limitation width of the Taurus player is 4096, and the maximum height is 1920. For TB1 or TB2, the maximum width is 1920, and the maximum height is 1080. Okay, now you know our Taurus Media Player very well, right? Let's go and continue. Well, these are the most attractive features and advantage about Taurus Media Player. Let's check it one by one. The first feature is omni-directional control. Secondly, it can support synchronous and asynchronous dual mode switch. Thirdly, it will support the splice and auto scale function. Let's check the first advantage. Our Nova Taurus Media Player can support omni-directional control method, which means you can use the iPad or PC or smartphone to control the device via local network. At this moment, maybe some guy is asking me, how can we achieve the remote control or publish? Now I give you the answer. You can use Nova Linux platform to do the cloud edit and publish. And if you want to achieve the cloud monitoring, you can go for NovaStar Nova iCare system. And in the next course, my colleague, Mr. Marcus, will give the introduction for the cloud-based solution, Nova Linux and the Nova iCare. Okay. These are the software interface of different control ways. We can see from the first one, this is the Nova Vplex Handy software, which is used for the smartphone. This is NovaStar Vplex Express software, which is used for our PC. And this is our web page software. And this is the NovaStar iCare. This is the interface about Nova iCare. If you want to realize the cloud monitoring, then you can use our Nova IKEA system. And here I want to tell you that if you are using Nova control system, Nova IKEA will be free for you, okay? The second feature of Nova Taurus card, our Taurus card can support synchronous and asynchronous dual mode switch. Maybe some guys have some doubts. What is the asynchronous mode and what is the synchronous mode? Now I can tell you that if you are using the asynchronous mode, you can use the Taurus Media Player as a media player to play the internal program. It means you can play the internal storage, internal program to the LED screen. So what is the synchronized mode? Which means what you are playing on the laptop, it will show the same thing at the same time for the content. So this is synchronized mode. So if you are using NovaStar Taurus Player, as I mentioned just now, like TB2, TB4, or TB6, or TB8, it can support the HDMI input. So at this moment, if you use the HDMI cable to connect to your controller, and the controller will connect to the LED screen. So now you are in the synchronized mode. Here's a point. If the switch light is on, if the switch light on the Taurus player is on, it means you are in the synchronous mode. Well, let's continue. The third feature of our Taurus player is splicing and auto scale function. Well, sometimes our client maybe have one requirement. I want to play independent content on different screens. But sometimes he wants to display the whole image on the screen. So what can we do? You can use NovaStar Taurus Player with the help of the HDMI loop interface on the Taurus Player. Like our TB4, TB6, or TB8, it can support the HDMI loop function, right? So with the help of HDMI loop, we can do the splicing function. Just do the simple setting in the Nova VPlex software. You will achieve the effect like this. Well, we can see the screen. Now it's showing the whole image here, right? The second function, auto scaling function. So now, what is the auto scaling function? Let me take an example here. As we know, sometimes we may meet this kind of problem. Like the resolution of input source is little bigger or smaller than the screen resolution. What can I do? Like now, my input source resolution is 1920 by 1080, but my screen resolution is much higher or much smaller than the input resolution. So what is the solution? If you are using our Nova Taurus player, it supports the auto scaling function. You just click the button on the VPlex software, auto scale, then the input source will auto fit the LED screen. Well, we can see the effect. It's very good. Well, okay, let's continue. Now, let's come to the most important topic today, and this is a very important part. What can we do by NovaStar Taurus Player? What can we do with our T card? Well, we can make solutions for smart city projects. Well, this is our topic, right? We can make solutions for smart city projects. And we can make solutions for the taxi LED display solutions. And also we can make solutions for poly LED screen, truck LED screen, shelf LED screen. And also we can make some government transportation LED screen. So what is the details? Let's go and see. Well, let's see this effect, this case. This is a real case. This is a real smart city project at Noida, India, which is done by our distributor in Delhi. We can see that there are some remaining words on the LED screen. So this is the smart city project. So what is behind the LED screen? What can we make a solution for this kind of smart city project? Let's go on. First of all, we need to check the requirement of the tender from government. Okay, let's check it one by one. The first one is the cabinet humidity detection, temperature detection, flat cable faulty detection, pixel faulty detection, cabinet open or close status detection. So for this kind of requirement, you need our special receiving card, MRV 560, plus our monitoring card, MON 300. Secondly, in some tender, our client is needing the auto brightness adjustment of LED display. Okay, at this moment, you can use our multifunction card, MFN 300, plus our light sensor, NS060-5A. 5A means 5 meter. Okay, the third point. If we want to monitor the ambient temperature and show the temperature data on the screen, what can we do? We can use NovaStar multifunction card, MFN 300, plus our temperature sensor, MTH310. The last point, for some special client, like some government project, they may need to do the system integration with its own software or its own server or their own cloud system. So what can Nova do for this kind of requirement? We can provide API or SDK for second development. So it's very flexible for the development of Nova Taurus card. Well, let's see the system structure about the smart city project. Well, let's check it. First of all, we will need a Taurus player, no matter it is the TB1 or TB2 or TB4. After the Taurus card, we need to connect our multifunction card, MFN 300. Actually, before the training, one of my clients is asking me, how does the multifunction card work? Well, this is the connection with. You can check it very clearly, right? This is the sensor interface. From the sensor interface, you can connect to the light sensor, and also you can connect to the temperature sensor. Actually, you can also connect to the audio out from MFN 300. It means you can connect a speaker directly. This is our MFN 300. And this is the LAN output. From the LAN output, you can connect to our receiving card directly. After receiving card, you will connect to the LED module, right? From the LED module, you are going to connect to our MON 300, our monitoring card, to realize the monitoring function. Okay, so this is the whole system structure for the smart city projects. Okay, let's continue. So what is the details about the accessories? We can check it one by one here. The first one is the important accessory, our monitoring card, MON 300. Let's check the photo. This is the photo of MON 300. With MON 300, you can achieve the cabinet humidity and smoke monitoring, and also it can support 8 power supply voltage monitoring. Also, it can support the flat cable status monitoring. Actually, all the requirement in the tender, we can fulfill your requirement very easily. Well, let's go to next page. This is our multifunction card, MFN 300. Let's check the photo of MF300. Well, I already explained just now. These are the sensor interface. You can connect to the light sensor or the temperature sensor easily. Also, it can support the 8 power supply management. Meanwhile, it can be integrated with the audio output. And this is our light sensor, NS060. I think many clients is using this device, right? It is very useful for the LED screen because it can achieve the ambient brightness monitoring. It means for the LED screen, you can achieve the auto brightness adjustment. And this device can be connected to the sending card and function card easily. Here, I want to remind you, the length of the standard cable is 5 meters. Also, it can be extended to 100 meters. And this is our temperature sensor, MTH310. Well, same as the light sensor, our temperature sensor can support ambient temperature monitoring. On the other hand, for the length of the standard cable is 5 meters, but it can be extended to 100 meters. The temperature measuring range is from the -20 degrees to 75 degrees. Okay, I think these are the basic knowledge of the accessories. And you can also download the specifications from our NovaStar website. Well, let's go to the next part. With NovaStar Taurus Player, you can also make solutions for the taxi LED display. We can see the design very clearly here, right? This is the taxi display. Well, this is the Google advertisement on the display. The effect is very good. So what is behind the LED screen and what is the system structure for the taxi display? Let's go and see. So this is the diagram of the taxi display. Look at the diagram here. You can see this is our laptop and this is the taxi display. So the work principle is you can use our Linux platform or use your own application or your cloud server to publish the content to the taxi display. But first of all, you need to make your card online. So maybe some clients is curious. Oh, what is the hardware? Can I make this card online? Yeah, of course. This is our new Taurus card. This is the new generation Taurus card, TCC70. And actually, this is our very latest Taurus player. So what is let's go and see the appearance about the TCC70. This is the interface of TCC70. It can support GPS function, 4G antenna function, and also it can support USB playback. Here's the SIM slot. And in future, our TCC70 will support eSIM card. Frankly to say, with this small controller, we have already made a very big project in China. As we know, the national sport game of China will be holding in Xi'an City, China this year. And around 20,000 taxi displays will be used for this project. And our TCC70 already been installed to the taxi display. So we have already won a very big project with TCC70. Actually, this product now is a very ripe product in China. It's now later we will promote it to the overseas market. So what is the features about the TCC70? First of all, it is the all-in-one controller, which means we have already integrated the sending card function, the receiving card function, and with the Android board together. So you can use it as a sending card. Meanwhile, you can use it as a receiving card. On the other hand, you can use your smartphone to control it. And also it can support USB playback function, support 4G network and GPS. The last point, you can also use your PC, your smartphone or iPad to control the device and to do the solution publishing and the screen control. So what is the configuration about the TC70? Let's check it. Firstly, it's the loading capacity. Our TC70 can support 512 by 384. And this is the maximum width of TC70. It can support 1280. And this is the maximum height of this device. It can support 512. What about the processor? Well, I think this powerful processor is very enough for the small screen. It can support the 4-core 1.2 GHz processor, and the hardware decoding can be up to 1080p videos. And also it can support 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of internal storage. Okay, let's come to the next part. The poly LED screen. Well, I think many people always see this kind of commercial displays along the road or in the downtown, right? So we can also use our Taurus player to make a solution for poly LED screen. With Nova light sensor, the LED screen can achieve the auto brightness adjustment. Even in the night, it will reduce the light automatically. Well, these are some real cases in China. We can see the first two, this one and this one. These are the government transportation projects. And these are the community street project. Okay, let's see a real case. This is the poly screen in Lahore, Pakistan. You can see this is the LED screen. Let's check the video. We can see that this display effect is very good. It displays the content synchronously. This project is done by NovaStar TB4. This is another real case in Yulin, China. It is a community street project. We can also check the effect here. Well, we can see the display effect is very good, right? Now you see the night. I think they already installed the light sensor because the brightness is almost the same. Well, the first use of NovaStar Taurus Player is the truck LED screen. Well, I think we can see this kind of screen everywhere, right? Now it's everywhere. We can see it's in the city. Mainly, the truck LED screen is used for the advertising purpose. Here's a real case in China, India. Let's check the video. This project is done by NovaStar TB2 controller, which is used for the election activities and advertising purpose. You can see there are so many trucks. They are using Nova TB2 controller. And now they can also achieve the cloud publishing function. It means you can just stay at home and you can use our Linux to publish the programs to each truck. So it's very easy and convenient. The last point, our Taurus player can also make solution for shelf LED screen. Look the colorful shelf LED screen here. It will be used for the cluster management of colorful LED display on the goods shelf. Let's check the real case here. You can see here. Actually, for this kind of shelf edge screen, normally we'll use NovaStar TB4, TB6, or TB8. For the receiving card, normally our client will use the A series receiving card, like A5S, or A8S, or A4S, because the card, the A series card is very small, the size is very small, so it's very easy to install the receiving card. Okay, let's go to the next part. What about other successful cases about Taurus Player? Let's go and see. Well, this is a real case in Shenzhen railway station. We can see the display effect. This is a real case in Shenzhen railway station. The display effect is very good. And now it's working very well. It's working very well. We have built this product 2 years ago. Now it's working perfectly. And these are some fixed LED installations in China. You can see the screen was built in the curbside, in the school, and for some government use purpose. And also it is used for the community street. You can see so many nice LED screens with NovaStar excellent Taurus card. And this is another case, which is in Chongqing Jiangbei International Airport. Our Taurus Player did a very good job, which is installed for the boarding gate and the baggage claim hall. Well, at this moment, maybe many people is asking me, hey Leo, you just show me some common cases. These are very, very common cases. So can your Taurus Player do any fantastic? Can your Taurus Player make any creative ideas? Yeah, of course we can do it. Let's check it. This is a very well product, which is made by our TB6. And this product is located at Northeast China. Let's check the effect. It's very wonderful. Look, it's very nice. What about others? And this is a Rubik Cube project, which is done by Nova TB4 controller. We can see the project here. Actually, the 6 size of the LED screen is configured as a big screen in the software. And then you can customize the video for the whole screen. Then you can achieve below effect. Oh, you can see here, our customer is using the smartphone to control the device and publish the content to the LED screen, right? This is NovaStar VPlex handy app. So if you are using NovaStar Taurus Player, you can use this app to control the device and publish content to the screen. So it's very easy to operate and manage your screen by the smartphone. Well, here's a makeup shop in Dubai. You can see there are so many colorful LED screens, right? Actually, more than 80 stores and around 400 LED screens were spread over UAE. Our client is using the Vinox solution to publish the advertisements to individual screen from the headquarters of Dubai. So with Nova Taurus Player plus our cloud-based solution, Nova Vinox, you can realize many creative ideas. I hope that you guys can help us to make more successful cases and make more creative ideas. So we can share your cases here. Well, this is today's course from me. Let's make a conclusion. So today, mainly we are talking about the Taurus Player, the Taurus Media Player, and we introduced the solution for smart city projects and for the commercial displays. So for the hardware, you can use NovaStar Taurus Player, Taurus Media Player from TB1, TB2 to TB8. According to your requirement, you can choose the Taurus Player freely. Actually, at the last moment, I want to introduce another card as well. It's NovaStar JTB100. So if you have some special requirement like the government transportation project, so you can use our JT100. It can support the very open protocol for your development. So you can connect with our R&D team. We will provide the API or SDK for development. So, okay. So today, okay, so this is my course. And now I will hand over the speaker to my colleague, Mr. Marcus. He will introduce the software about the VPlex, about the NovaStar Taurus Player. It is the Nova VPlex software. Okay, Marcus, come.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Marcus. So Leo has already introduced some projects and some special features about our Taurus Media Player. So my topic is how to configure our Taurus Media Player step by step. So that means I will teach you how to use the Taurus Media Player using our software. So today my topic is I'm going to teach you how to use the Taurus Media Player on our VPlex software. So the first step is you have to connect the Taurus Media Player either by two ways. I mean, either it's by Wi-Fi or it's by Ethernet connection. So if you want to connect it by Wi-Fi, you have to search for the AP Wi-Fi that the Taurus Media Player has. So you can search for the Wi-Fi, and its name is AP and some numbers. And the password, the default password is 12345678. So you can just connect to it, and you can just refresh in our VPlex software. And if you want to connect the Taurus with the Ethernet cable, you can do that because it has this Ethernet port on our Taurus Media Player. So if you want to do that, you have to enable the DHCP function in our VPlex software. So after you enable it, you can just click refresh, and then you can see the device is already online. So that is the ways for connecting the Taurus Media Player. So that's the first step. And the next step is we have to log in the Nova LCT software to make the screen configurations. So this is a Nova LCT software. You can just run it and click user and media player login. And the username here is admin and password is 123456. So just don't get messed up with the Wi-Fi password because it's different. The Wi-Fi password is 12345678. And the password for this one is 123456. And you may also enter this username and password in our VPlex software. And it's also admin and 123456. And then if you already know how to use our Nova LCT software, you can just click screen configuration, and you can see receiving card and screen connection. So here you can just load the receiving card file and do the screen connection based on your actual connection on the screen. And after this, the screen will already be configured. So we can just go to the next step. So here is the screen list. So you can see all your terminals here. And you can see if it's online or not logged in or offline. And you can just click refresh to get the refresh data. And also, you may right click on the terminal, and you'll be able to adjust the password, change the password, and also you can check the log, which is very important in our data troubleshooting. So you can just right click on one of the Taurus and click download operation log. So if you might have any issues on your daily usage, you can just download the log and send to our technical team, and we will help you to solve the problem by checking the log. So you can just right click on the terminal. But now we don't have any terminals online, so I can't do that. But if you met that issue, you can just check the log there. And the next step is about solution management. So this step is about making a new content for our LED screen. So you can just go to our software and click solutions. So we have these buttons. We have new, edit, delete, import and export, USB playback, and publish. So you can just click new for the first step. So here you have to enter the resolution of your screen. I mean, it has to be the same as your screen resolution, but you can also click specify terminal. And then you can see the resolution already configured in the NovaLCT software. So you don't have to manually enter it yourself. You can just check it here. So this is for making the new solution, the first step. And the next step is, this is a editing page of our of the solutions. So as you can see, these are the media types that we can support. It includes text and file and clock and temperature, weather, RSS, and also a web page and colorful text. So these are the media types that we can support. And this is a media layer editing page. And this is widget properties and page properties. So in widget properties, you can change the area and the position of one layer. So you can just either drag here to change the size, and also you can drag to change the position of this solution. And also you can do it on the right side. You can just add one number, like change the position and the size here. And also in the playback properties, you can change the play duration and play count and some transition effects. So these are widget properties. And I also have to mention that on the left side, these are the pages. So that means not only one page can be shown in one solution. So you can just click add button here to add another page. So after this page is being played, then the next page will continue to play. And it's included in solution. You just have to click this one and make a new page. And in the page properties, you can change you can change the playing counts for each page. So that's in the page properties. And also this is a preview button. And if you click that, you can see the previewed image here. So in case for you to know how will the image show on your LD screen. So this is for the preview. And then you can just click publish here. So this button is just for publishing. So after you're finished with the editing, you can just click here and do the publishing. And another feature is called Advanced Solution Management. So the difference is the difference between normal solutions and advanced solution is that this one, you can do a detailed schedule for your LD screen. So I can show you. So for example, if you want your LD screen to show a certain content at a certain time, for example, you want your screen to show some videos, maybe like every Monday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., then you can just edit the schedule here. So as we can see in this example, this solution will be played from this to this. I mean, and it will repeat on these days. And this is a playback duration. So that means the content will be played from 6 a.m. to 0 a.m. During these days. And also, you can add as many items as you want. You can just click here and add another item. And here we also have this non-scheduled content. So actually, this is for if there's no scheduling for the LED screen, then it will just play this content instead. So that is for non-scheduled content. So yeah, in this example, we can see that this solution is being played every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And this is the time that the content will be played. But actually, this is actually being used less than the normal solutions because less customers have this need to use this schedule function. But if you want it, you can just edit an advanced solution. If you have any questions, you can just text in the text section. You can just text the question, and we will have a Q&A session after training ends. So you can just text there. So what do we do next? So here I'm already introduced how to connect to a terminal and how to make up the solution for your terminals. But also we can do some controlling to our terminals. So I can show you. So this is a terminal control page where you can change the playback management, brightness adjustment, video source, status control, time synchronization management, and some other functions as well. And I will introduce them one by one. So actually, these four are for viewing the content of your LED screen. And also, it includes monitoring, where you can see the running status. And these are for operating. So you can change the brightness, change the video source, and control the screen to be blackout or normal display. You can also restart or do an upgrade. And also you can change the color temperature or do the time synchronization. And also in this section, we can make the Taurus Media Player connect to the internet and make it bind to our Winox and our iCare, which are our cloud-based platform. And these are for sensor, RF management, font management, power control. These are some functions that is rarely used. But I will also introduce these later. So let's get into it. So the first one is play management. So actually in this section, you can check the screenshot. So this is actually very helpful for the troubleshooting because you can just view the screenshot. You can just view the screenshot and see whether if the content is already been sent to your Taurus Media Player. So this is very helpful. And also another feature is that you can change the content that is being played. For example, if you click here, so if you click here, then it will play this content instead. So you can check the solution already been saved inside the Taurus. And also you can do the rotation here. And you can enable synchronous playing if you have multiple Taurus Media Player that you want to play synchronously. Also, you can change the volume. So this part is for play management. And the next one is about monitoring. So in this section, you can see the disk size, the storage space of your Taurus Media Player. So as you can see here, we have 3.94 GB available, and we have already used 12 MB for this Taurus. So actually, as we know, the content is being saved inside the Taurus Media Player. And actually for TB1, TB2, and TB4, the storage space will just be about 28 GB. So it's much bigger than this capacity. And actually, this is for our TB3, TB6, and TB8. So these are some products that is having 4 GB storage space. So TB1, TB2, and TB4 are having much bigger storage space. And you can clear all media files here. So this is also very important because sometimes when you publish the content, it will just pop out a window that says the storage space is already full. So you cannot send any content inside. So if you met that issue, you can just go to monitoring and click clear all media files. So it will solve the issue. And also you can check the memory and CPU usage here. And also, if you already connect the light sensor, you can check the environment brightness here if you have a light sensor connected to the system. So this part is about monitoring. And the next part is about play logs. So this is for when you want to check which content is being played under what time. So this is also very useful if you want to check the logs. So in this example, we can see here in December 7th, we can just go to this log and check which content is being played that day. So this is for the play log. And for the screen information, you can just know the MAC address, IP address, the firmware version, and the product model, and some other information as well. So this is for checking the firmware, actually. And also we have the brightness adjustment. This is very useful because you have to adjust the brightness, either by manually, or you can also set a schedule. You can maybe set the screen to 0% at maybe 0 a.m. and 100% at 12 a.m. So if you want to do that, you can just do the adjustment, make an adjustment table here. And also, we also support adjust the brightness based on the environment brightness. So you can use the light sensor to do that. So here is a adjustment table. We can see if the ambient brightness, the environment brightness, if that's 0, then the screen brightness will become 5%. So you can do this table and click add here to add a adjustment table for the smart adjustment. So this is for brightness adjustment. And also we can change the video source. As we know, some models of the Taurus Media Player are having 2 modes, synchronous and asynchronous. So for products like TB2, and TB4, TB6, and TB8, you can change the mode from asynchronous to synchronous. So you can just click here. You can change from internal and to HDMI. And also we can use timing. So that means the source will just switch from HDMI to internal following a certain schedule. So that is for the adjustment. And also you can configure it as HDMI preferred. So that means if any HDMI signal is being input, then it will play the HDMI content instead of internal source. And also we can adjust the resolution here. So you can adjust the internal source resolution and HDMI resolution. So the next part is about screen status control. In this part, you can just configure a screen to be either blackout or normal. You can control it manually, or you can set a schedule. You can set a timing schedule for it. So in this example, the screen will be blackout at 6 p.m. every day, and it will become normal display at 0 a.m. every day. So if you have any questions about what I said, you can just text in the text box, and after the training ends, we will have a Q&A session where we can just answer your questions. And also we have restart. So actually it's not good for a device to continuously working for long hours. So if we restart the Taurus Media Player, it will greatly decrease the chance of failure. So you can use this function to restart the Taurus. You can either restart it by manually, or you can make a schedule. So in this example, the Taurus Media Player will restart at 10 p.m. every day. So this is for restart. And this is for upgrade the firmware. So you can just select a local upgrade. It's more recommended because you can just download the file in advance and select the upgrade file here and click open. And then you can just select the Taurus and click upgrade. So this will do the update to our Taurus Media Player. And this is about adjust the color temperature. So you can set it to be either neutral white, standard white, and cool white. So this is for time synchronization. So actually this is very important because if you get a new Taurus Media Player from us and you make a schedule for it, but the content is not played because actually the time zone is China. It's not where you are. So after you get a new device, you have to set the time zone according to where you are. So you can just go here and change the time zone. And also you can make it auto sync time with NTP server. That's another option. But majorly you just have to change the time zone. If you choose this, you can change the NTP server based on where you are. You can also custom one server for your usage. And let's go to the network configuration. So in this part, we'll be able to learn how the Taurus Media Player can connect to the internet. So there are 3 ways. You can do that with the Ethernet cable. So that is wired network configuration. So you can simply connect it to the router and use a dynamic DHCP, or you can enter all these information if you already have them, and then it can connect to the internet. Also, we can also configure the screen AP here. So this is just when you just use this function to connect to the Taurus at the very first beginning, because you have to connect to the AP Wi-Fi in the beginning. So you can also change its name, change the password, or even disable it. So this is for screen AP configuration. And also we have this Wi-Fi station function because it can connect to an outside Wi-Fi. For example, the Wi-Fi in your office or the Wi-Fi in the shop. So in this way, it can also connect to the internet. And this function is only available for models like TP3, TP6, and TP8. And also, you can also use a 4G module and a 4G SIM card for the mobile network configuration. And for the server configuration, you can just bind your media player to Vnox, which is our cloud-based platform, or to NovaStar, which is our cloud-based monitoring platform. So basically, you can just get all this information from our website. So you can just simply enter all this information and click bind. And this is for font management. When you want to play certain text, when you want to show the media player by certain text, and you can update the font file here. So you can just click here and upload the font here. So this is for RF management. So actually, this is just for when you have many screens, pull screens, and you want them to play synchronously. And you have to use a special hardware that is called a LoRa module. So this is LoRa module, and you can use one additional device as a master device, and also other terminals as a slave device. So you can make all those slave devices synchronize with the master device. I mean, in this way, you can make all the Taurus Media Player play the content synchronously. And also, you can apply this synchronization to time synchronization, brightness synchronization, and volume synchronization. So this will just make sure all those items are all synchronized. So this is for RF management. And the last part is about power control. So actually, if you use our multifunction card, this is another accessory, then you can get to control the power of the LED screen. So you can just connect the multifunction card to our receiving card, and this is our Taurus Media Player. And then you can control the screen power by using this function. So this is the end of our training, and here we're going to the Q&A session, where we can just see your questions and give you answers accordingly.